What is going on, everyone? I'm Shadell. Welcome back to Rap Talk. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that I'm really looking forward to talking about, first off. And second off, is really controversial and has really had the internet on, Wayne's side or 50's side, depending on where you land. So I just want to give my thoughts on this. Obviously, if you clicked on this, you saw the title. You already know where I'm probably going to be standing on this. And before we even get into that whole thing, I'm going to outwardly say I have a bias. I'm within the tri-state. I rock with 50. I've been a 50 fan like literally since the beginning. I started out listening to Eminem. Eminem then brought me to 50, and I've been listening to 50 literally since then. So yeah. And the further add, I was such a huge 50 fan that people in high school essentially gave me the nickname 50. Like, this is back in oh man, what were we, like 2006, 7, 8, around that time when Wayne was like hot. He was dropping a milli. He was on his run. He was having a good time those couple of years while I was in high school. Everyone liking Wayne. But I stayed true. I'm rocking with 50. 50's got my vote. And essentially, I got coined being called the guy 50 among all the people that knew me. So, with that being said, if you don't already know where this video is going to go, I'm going to tell you why I feel like 50 would wash Lil Wayne in a versus. So, right off the jump, obviously, the one that everyone is saying is, hey, Get Rich or Die Trying has a ton of hits. Obviously, there's not a single album that you can go to that is like, hey, this is Wayne's greatest project. You don't even have to say album. Let it be mixtape because he dropped a lot of projects. Wayne has dropped a ton from the Carter albums, No Ceilings, Dedication. He dropped a lot of bodies of work. But 50 just has it. No matter what song you can compare with Lil Wayne, whatever he wants to pull out, I feel like you could probably find a 50 song that has killed it. Let alone not even just in 50s Get Rich or Die Trying. Maybe you want to pull something from the Massacre, but he's had Get Rich or Die Trying. Let alone the songs that he's wrote for LL Cool J, Diddy. There's way more hits and songs. I feel like people would be like, oh shoot, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with 50 on this one because I feel like what's going to end up happening, and just knowing 50's persona and how he is, obviously, which I feel like we all know this, it's going to be like a Jadakiss and Dipset situation where 50's gonna sit here, play games, troll, and pretty much own the audience. He has that enthusiasm that he will control the audience. People will be siding with 50 just based on the energy that 50 is feeding. Versus Wayne, I would have said 50 had a more tougher chance with Wayne maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But now, obviously, you're getting this from someone that's biased. I'm going to say that from the jump. But a lot of the Wayne features I've been hearing, I have not been liking these at all. And I was someone that had to come off my 50 bias when I was younger, going through high school and having to listen to Lil Wayne songs and be like, okay, I really like this song. I really like his wordplay here. I really like what his flow and what he's saying on this song. I had to get over that. So what I'm saying, I'm not liking his most current songs that he's been featured on. Yeah, it feels very just blah, dated, we heard already type of Wayne. He did a song with DMX that he put out recently, and I was really liking that song. That song was dope, and a lot of the internet was liking that. But a lot of Wayne's past freestyles in the last 5 to 10 years, for me as I'd say a casual Lil Wayne fan, have been hit or miss. Now, obviously, you can go to the features that Wayne had, back 10, 15 years ago. They're a lot different. He was killing a lot of stuff. But if we're going based on 20 songs, a lot of the songs you can get from Get Rich or Die Trying, let alone the soundtrack of Get Rich or Die Trying, I Whoop Your Head Boy, Funeral Music comes to mind when he was dissing Cameron. I feel like, I don't know if that would hit the set. I don't know. If you want to start going out of Get Rich or Die Trying, I feel like, I'm not sure if we would play it because I feel like the song's overplayed. But Lollipop, I could totally see going against Amusement Park by 50. And I feel like Lil Wayne had the repetitiveness and had the constant airplay at the time. It was on the radio a lot. You heard it. But I feel like I like 50's more witty lyrics on Amusement Park than I would like on Lollipop. I don't I don't know. Just this is just straight from a 50 fan that I feel like there's no way that 50 would not just take that and go running. Like we're talking if we're talking about 20 songs, oh man, I feel like this is gonna be a wild take. Maybe like a six. Lil Wayne is getting 6 songs out of that versus 50 getting 14, or so, maybe 50 getting 12, Wayne getting 8, something like that. Because like the thing is, yeah, Wayne has a lot of hot songs, but like what songs are like really gonna be like, oh shoot? Wayne has been more current. Wayne's been doing this obviously for a long period, so he's had a long track record of music. That's great. That's dope. The thing is, I feel like because Wayne is more fresh in our minds, we're like automatically like, yeah, Wayne's got this. He's been putting out music for so long. He's been doing so great at this, all that. He has songs here and there. But 50's like track record of songs is just, I feel like it's just way better. Because when I'm thinking about, at that time, there wasn't like a radio station. There wasn't a car that was bumping it. There, just 50's reign for that period of time from like 2002, probably to 2004, 5, something like that. His reign of period, that time where he was putting out Give It Your Die Trying, then gearing up for Games album, then G Unit's album, then Massacre to come out. Like he had a long stretch of time, and then on top of it, feeding us the mixtapes that were coming out even before Give It Your Die Trying. Power of the Dollar, 50 is the Future, Guess Who's Back. I don't know, but I said this to say, we ultimately will probably never see this happen. One, because Swizz Beatz has come out and said how these are two different types of artists, the two, dynamically different sounds. And I can see what he means. Okay, sure. But it would be so interesting to see. Yayo has kind of already talked for 50 where he wouldn't do this. And 50 seems not interested, even with that thing a couple years back where T.I. was really trying to egg him on to do a versus. And that didn't work out. And I don't really see 50 doing that because 50 kind of puts itself on that upper pedestal where he's like, no, you guys are beneath me. Like, I'm not going to go do your little podcast. I'm going to stick here, hop on the radio, hop on Power 106, go to Big Boy, go to Hot 97 sometimes. Like, just 50 kind of seems like he's above a lot of this other stuff and be like, you guys go play over there. I'm over here making deals with these TV producers and getting shows on networks and making that type of money while you guys out here playing and all that stuff. Like the guy funded the whole the tour that they just went on in Europe. Like it's a whole different level. Like where you don't have to sit here and worry about cutting deals with Ticketmaster and using their venues and all that stuff, and you just fund it yourself. Like it's a different thing. Ultimately, those are my thoughts of why I feel like 50 will just wash and completely destroy Wayne in a versus. I'm sure people are going to feel differently. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts, opinions, views, what you think would happen in a versus between Wayne and 50, even though we'll probably never see it. What are your thoughts? Drop them all down below in the comment section. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.